George, great to see you at the back end of a summer, a big summer for you. Red letter day, you got married, congratulations. How was that?
Thank you, yeah, really good day. Really enjoyed it. It went very quick, but thankfully, all my family and friends were there and some of the lads came from here, so it was a really enjoyable day.
Are you older, wiser already? Or?
I like to think so, but it's still fresh, quite new. But yeah, just enjoying life at the moment.
Excellent, but back to the day job, a little break, not a huge break this year because of the playoffs, but ready to come back?
Yeah, it's gone really quick, but as soon as you finish, kind of after a week or so, you start to miss it again. So I know the lads have that same feeling, and we're all raring to go, and everyone's fit and everyone looks good and sharp in training. So yeah, we're looking forward to the season. Do you manage to get over the disappointment quite quickly at Barnsley? As a professional player, you've got to move on, of course, but does that linger a little bit into the holidays? Yeah, it's quite tough. It's quite a tough one to take, and especially the weekend after and the week following, it's quite tough. But things do move on quickly, and you have to look forward and look ahead to the season coming up, and how we can improve on this season, and go that one step further. How do you think you can improve? Because finishing fifth in the table, albeit there's a bit of a gap to the top two, but you weren't far away. And obviously, as you say, into the playoff semi-finals. So what's that little extra that make the difference, do you think? Yeah, well, we were close, but it's them fine margins, maybe them decisive moments in games, the big moments, and hoping we can swing them our way this season. And obviously, I think defensive record was very good last year. If we can do something similar to that, and then it's going to put us in good stead this season. Yeah, I was going to come on to that. I think possibly by the end, Ipswich might have just shaded it on clean sheets, but there's very little in it in terms of defensive record, so that was a real feather in your caps, wasn't it? Yeah, something we're very proud of, and something we're working on again in this off season to continue it into next season. It's not just the back line, the goalkeeper. It starts from the front with the strikers, who are a massive help, keep the pressure off us as much as possible. And then when the defence and goalkeeper are put under pressure, we want to do everything we can to stop the ball going in the back of the net. So yeah, it is a team collective effort, but it's something we're very proud of. And you did it last year with quite a few changes in personnel in the back line because of injuries and one thing and another, didn't you? And I think that was a credit to you. Yeah, it seemed like at one point there was someone injured all the time, so it was chopping and changing all the time. But we've got a very strong squad. It's not just a starting 11 that's strong. So when someone comes in, we trust them and we know what they're capable of. And this year you're going to have to do it with a new goalkeeper, of course, and that's important for you as a defender, relationship-wise. Nathan and Joel have both come into the building. You started working with them specifically this week, and again, forging a working relationship with those guys. Yeah, it's good to have them in so early in the off season. Having there from the start, it's going to be massive. We have 6-7 weeks to get to know them, get to work with them, and create that relationship that you speak about. When we've spoken in the past, George, you've sort of said each season, because you're still a young man, that you feel like you're developing as a player. You're playing more and more games and learning the game. Do you feel that because again last season you chalked up an awful lot of appearances? Yeah, definitely. I think playing new teams, new strikers for me personally puts me in the best possible position coming into the next season, knowing what I'm coming up against, the type of atmospheres, grounds, players I come up against, and how I deal with them. It's different for each person, and each away game, you go to smaller grounds, smaller atmospheres, and bigger grounds, bigger atmospheres. So it's just all a learning curve really, but hopefully one that I've learned a lot over the past couple of seasons, and this season I can improve even more. Yeah, in some ways there's no division quite like it for big clubs and with great respect, some smaller clubs in different venues and grounds, and perhaps we let a few points slip last year, didn't we, at smaller things. Is that a thing that we can improve on? Yeah, definitely. I think that's a bit of our kryptonite, something that definitely needs to improve on if we can come away from them teams, that are lower end of the table with the smaller grounds, smaller atmospheres, with the 3 points instead of, dropping points there. Then come the end of the season, it's going to put us in a much better position. Yeah, it's an obvious statement of fact. Every point is crucial. When there's not much in it come the end of the season, those feels like silly little ones along the way can be costly, can't they? Yeah, they're the ones you look back on when you're not quite there. You're thinking, if we picked up the 3 points there instead of dropping 2, then that's going to propel us, much higher up the table. So it's definitely something, we need to work on this season and kind of manage them occasions. On the other side of the coin, when you're playing at home, big stadium, big fans, the degree of expectation, and some sides have come and made it difficult, and at times last year it was tricky to get over the line to win at home, but again that's something that's part of the learning curve and build on what's traditionally been a strong home record. Yeah, I think it's quite a similar theme from teams coming to us. You kind of sit back and make it frustrating for us and frustrating for the fans, very tough to break down sometimes, but we've got to be patient, but we've also got to learn how to work teams like that a lot better and be more be more clinical, be more ruthless, and put the sword in them really.
And how have you found this week so far? I mean, it's say we're sitting here in nice surroundings, but it's work for you guys, and physically it's been quite tough.
Yeah, it's been very tough the past few days, but that's part of the job, and we want to be as fit as possible come the beginning of the season. So we can run more than other teams, we're fitter than other teams. So it's a lot of hard work now, but it's going to put us in a very good position come the beginning of the season.
And the manager talks of the benefit of having you together for 24 hours a day for 7 days. Do you think that's good as well? I know you're a good group and you mix well. You don't get on each other's nerves by the end. So is that good as well?
Yeah, it's good to be with everyone all the time. We're just with each other non-stop. We're always talking, and it's very different to being at home at Bolton. You might be in from 9 till 2, and then you go home. But here it's you work in the morning, you chill with each other during the day, then you work again in the evening. So yeah, it's quite a different atmosphere, but it's a good one.
As a footballer, your people as well, you forge friendship groups, and then people leave. I know Traff and Connor were very tight with some of the lads, and now we have new players coming in. How's that on a personal level, sort of making friendships and saying goodbye to people?
Yeah, it's always tough, but you got to understand it's part of the job that you're in. But he's a good core to the group now, and any players that come, we accept them straight away, make them feel welcome and at home, and then. Yeah, as I said, there's like a core group now, so we're quite strong within the change room. And
as you said before, you had a few of the lads at your wedding, so you're genuine pals as well as teammates, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a really good group of lads. I socialise them in and outside of football, so yeah, and just happy to be here at the moment.
Good man. Just lastly, on football then, I'm not going to say ambitions for the season, we know what everybody wants to achieve, but you'll go in with a degree of confidence and a focus and to build on what was a good season last year?
Yeah, would have thought so. That's the aim. Everyone knows our aims this season, and we're going to handle that pressure. We're not going to put too much pressure on ourselves. We're going to handle it because we know what sort of team we are. We know we're a very good footballing team, so we're going to go into it with a lot of confidence.